بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك ونصلي ونسلم على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. My dear brothers and sisters, it's my honor to welcome you to another episode in our series of du'as to power your day, and we are meditating on Al-Asma'ul Husna, the most beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we said, there is no way for us to, or for our mind to conceive of the perfection and the beauty and the glory and the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Human mind cannot conceive, nor our language can state or define the nature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the only way for us, by knowing Him through His most beautiful names. And we have 99 names. By meditating on them, inshallah, we will fill our heart with a sense of awe and fear and reverence for the Lord of the worlds, the absolute, the incomparable, the eternal one. So that is the purpose of this. We are to meditate, to retain and reflect on these names. By doing so, inshallah, our heart and mind, our soul will be filled with that deep reverence for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we can know Him in so far as human beings can have knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In today's episode, I'm going to reflect on the three of the foremost names: Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. The name Allah, this is just a name for Allah alone. This is the foremost name of Allah. It is exclusively used for Him. This name cannot be used for anyone else. And when we say use the name Allah, it encompasses all of the other names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as it has been revealed through the Holy Book, through the revelations, as taught to His prophets, and as Allah has kept hidden with Himself without disclosing to anyone. The name Allah is used for God by all of the Arabic-speaking people, Muslims, Jews, Christians, and even pagans, mushrikeen. They only use Allah for God, the one and only God. So it is not, as some people mistakenly think, the name of a tribal deity that Muslims believe in. Rather, He is the one and only God, the creator, nurturer, and sustainer, and sovereign master of the universe and all its beings. By meditating on this name, we ought to direct our worship. It should compel us to direct all of our worship and devotions solely to Allah alone, because only Allah is the one worthy of unconditional love and obedience and reverence. And we should refuse to associate anyone as a partner with Allah in worship. We ought to love Allah alone unconditionally, obey Him unconditionally, and seek refuge and protection with Him alone. And we ought to beg His mercy and forgiveness and surrender our will to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another name for Allah, for God, exclusively used for Him, is Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman is exclusively, like Allah, the name used for Allah alone. It means the compassionate. In Islam, everything we consecrate, we begin all good things in the name of Allah by saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the all compassionate, the all merciful. The two names Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim go together often. Ar-Rahman, when we use the name Ar-Rahman, it refers to God as the eternal ground of compassion and mercy. Only God is eternally merciful. He is the ground, He is the source of our compassion and mercy. And when we say Ar-Rahim, it refers to the mercy that flows from the eternal ground of mercy, that is Ar-Rahman, to His creation. And all manifestation of mercy we see in the world, mothers, human mothers, animal, every mother in the world, living world, showing mercy to their kids, their children, offspring. Where did they derive this? It's a manifestation of the divine mercy flowing into His creation. Thanks to the divine mercy flowing towards His creation, mothers show mercy through their infants, and people show mercy to one another. The question arises how to meditate on these names and how do we benefit? What is our share in these names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Number one, we ought to think of God above all as Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Allah has all the names and attributes, but if we are to think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we better think of Him above all as Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. We ought to be merciful to His creation, Allah's creation, mercy to all beings. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Irhamu man fil ard, yarhamukum man fis sama." Show mercy to those on earth, you will receive the mercy of Allah, Ar-Rahman. So, brothers and sisters, let us reflect and meditate on the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thereby filling our heart and soul and mind with our true reverence for the Lord of the worlds, the Almighty, the All-Compassionate, the All-Merciful. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.